Assalamualaikum, I'm Marlina Manaf and welcome to our discussion program Malaysia Memilih. So on 9th May 2018, during the general election 14, PH has won and it has made a history and they are governing our country. And now on mid of July, there is a suggestion where they want to decrease the eligible voters from 21 to 18 years old. So this topic has been discussed by many people. Some people are agree and some people are opposed regarding these topics. So here in our studio today, we have 4 panels that will discuss our topic, which is voting at 18. Are we ready? So let me introduce our first panel for today. Mr. Syed Sadiq, our Minister of Youth and Sports. And next, we have Mr. Raghunath Kasabit. He is an ex-president of Malaysian Bar Council. And next, we have Mr. Hidaridwan Abdul Rashid. He is a journalist and also a writer from NST. Last but not least, we have Mr. Matthew Van Kruzen. He is an associate lawyer at Joseph and Partners, Advocates and Solicitors. Welcome panels and thank you for coming. Let us start with our topic with our minister. So, Mr. Syed Sadiq, voting at 18, are we ready?
Okay, so thank you Marlina. So actually the Malaysian government is very serious about reducing the voting age to 18. For the next election, which is 5 years from now. Okay, so we have planned to ask the Attorney General's office to look into what laws need to be amended. What the interesting about the last election, GE40, voters that age 21 to 39 years old, they make around 40% of the Malaysian electorate. So twice the number of voters that age 60 years old and above. So this is actually according to the election commission data. So that means the youth voter bloc becomes bigger and stronger, and therefore they cannot be sidelined in the Malaysian political scene anymore. So by lowering the voting age to 18 from 21 years old would add an additional of about 3.7 million voters, increasing the number of registered voters by about 25% from the last election that was held in May 2018.
Okay, when I'm standing here, I can see Mr. Raghunath's face. Sir, you look so eager to reply what Mr. Syed Sadiq has said just now. So, sir, what do you think about this? Are we ready, or in other words, are the youth ready?
Okay, thank you, Marlina. So, hi, I'm Raghunath, Mr. Raghunath Kusaman. So, you see, I'm very intrigued to reply the comments made by our YP here. So, you see, people are maturing earlier and finishing their studies, entering the job scope at young age. Yes, we cannot deny that. However, why lower the voting age to 18 when millions of young voters haven't registered to vote? So you see, there are several other issues that need to be resolved first. For example, like if I want to point out 2 here, which is first, we have problems with young voters who haven't registered to vote, even though that they are eligible to vote, and even though that the registration opened up all year round, they didn't register yet. Second, we have problems with those who didn't change the address to the General Election Commission, and even though that they have changed their address in their MyCard, they haven't updated. So you see, if the government want to amend the law, it must be meaningful. We cannot just look at the quantity without considering the quality as well. So the government need to think about the consequences as well. What are the with so many 21 years old who haven't registered to vote, what's the point of lowering the voting age?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Raghunath. Now, it seems that our situation right now seems tense, but to make it more tense, I want to ask to Mr. Hidir. So, Mr. Hidir, don't you think individual at age 18 is immature to make a decision, especially to make a decision for the country?
Can I have the mic?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, YB. So, as we can see nowadays, an 18 years old adult have the capability of thinking and choosing who they want to vote for. And there is also our Malaysian Suhakam Commissioner, which is Mr. Gerald Joseph, also commented on this issue. He stated that the confidence in youth adults' ability to reflect on arguments by our political parties because they are well informed with current situations. And furthermore, as we know, in Malaysia, an 18 years old adult can have the privilege to apply for driving license, continue their studies, and also some of them have begun their working life. And besides, our youth are familiarized in voting and campaigning to choose for their head prefects in higher secondary school. And by looking at this, it is proven that they are capable to make their own decision. Thank you.
I'm sorry to interrupt. It's okay. I miss the mic. So, here, Mr. Hide, I'm sorry, but we are talking about the general election here. Just because these youngsters or these young people have voted during high school, it doesn't mean that they are ready to vote for their future leader of this country. Don't you think so?
Yes, I agree with what Mr. Raguna has said. Because you see, most of our 18 years old in Malaysia are naive, and this naivety should not be awarded with the ballot box. You see, have you seen?
Oh, sorry, mine fall down. Sorry. Okay, proceed.
Okay, have you seen the letter by one of our Malay male writers, Jackie Lee? In the letter, he stated that he agrees with the Prime Minister's suggestion in lowering the voting age. And among the reasons given were that since it is fair, logical and reasonable for people to be criminally charged as an adult at 18, they may ride at 16, may drive at 17, may smoke at 18. It is also fair, logical and reasonable for people at 18 to be allowed to vote. I find this to be a bit absurd.
I'm sorry, Mr. Matthew, but what do you mean by absurd?
Well, all of the stated activities, criminally charged at 18, drive at 17, ride at 16, smoke at 18, this only affecting an individual or perhaps just a small number of persons surrounding the 18 years old and not the country as a whole. So, but essentially what I mean is that if we allow people at 18 to be allowed to vote, it's going to change the political scenario in Malaysia, and we don't want that. And with that, I still stand by my opinion against this topic, this act, and we need to revise and deeply analyze more on whether are we ready to lowering our voting age or not.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Matthew. Thank you, Mr. Hidir. So, the situation seems hotter here, but we cannot stop since we still have a lot of things to be discussed. Okay, let us see to the statistic first. According to the statistic, the numbers of young voters which are from age 21 to 39, which is the total number is 7.09 million on GE14. So the youth voters are recorded as the highest voters who go out to vote during this election. So, YB Sadi, why do you think the youth is eager to go out to vote and to change the old government?
It is simple. Because the youth want their voice to be heard in the nation building and the democratic spaces. And we have to know the fact that youngsters are actually the true kingmakers. Why I said they are the true kingmakers because in view of the fact that they are the one who bring us Pakatan Harapan into the government. They change the government. So several amendments in federal constitution are expected for this purpose to ensure the country's polling system could be more transparent and fair to all. So Datuk Sri Najib, who denies the wrongdoing,
I'm
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting, but what Datuk Sri Najib has got to do with the young voters?
Yeah, it's easy because large numbers of youth are actually being jobless, and even they know, the government know about that, but there is no action has been taken about that. So joblessness among local graduates increased more sharply and than the non-graduates since 2011. This is according from the central bank data. So the youth actually just care about two primary issues. One is about the bread and butter issues, which is the cost of living, the affordable housing, the good employment opportunities, and the last one is the quality of life. And the second one is to get their voice heard in the nation building and the democratic spaces. So that is the main reason why Barisan Nasional lost their power. Okay, so actually the power that we have should be returned to the people. So that means opening up more democratic spaces, which means more young people can join and speak up.
Okay, thank you, YB. What a detailed explanation that we get here. So what actually Mr. Saisadi are trying to deliver just now, he just stated that youth is actually the true kingmaker in the election, and he stated that it is because why they eager to change the country is because of the joblessness and also the butter and bread issues such as cost of living. So now I want to ask Mr. Raghunath. Mr. Raghunath face keep on changing. So I would like to ask you, Mr. Raghunath. So what is your opinion regarding what Mr. Saisadi has said just now? So is there anything that you want to oppose or add, or you agree with the statement?
Yes, Malina. But before that, can I have the mic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So, Malina, you see, I totally agree with what Pakatan Harapan trying to do. You see, they are trying to hear the youth voice, and then they are trying to less the burden of the youth by helping them with the bread and butter issue. Yes, I cannot deny that, but then it is very funny when YB are trying to say that the government are trying to open up the democratic spaces.
Why is that?
Yes. So you see, Malina, you can't have a situation where you amend the voting age to 18, but then you don't amend the laws that we have here, which is the UUCA 1971 Act. You see, it's very.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but maybe our audience might not, some of them might not know what is UUCA. So can you please explain about UUCA?
Okay, yes. So my fellow audience here right now in the studio, the UUCA is actually the acronym, which is acronym for the University and University Colleges Act 1971. So you see, this act actually curb the students and also the activists that want to voice out anything that they wanted to comment regarding the political interference. So you see, simple words is that if you're a student and you want to voice out your political opinion, you might go to jail or you might get kicked out from the college. So that is why I said that this is pointless if the government did not take any other necessary measures in order to hear the youth voice. So it was a contradiction. The law was not repealed first, which is the UCA, because it is very difficult to talk about the political, for the youth to talk about the political, and it is pointless to reduce the voting age in a vacuum without creating first the environment where the youth can talk, can develop, and can speak out regarding this political, so that they can get involved in this politics in this country. That's what I'm saying.
But sorry, I promise that I will be the last person to see UUCA continues to strangle the young ones.
Okay.
So, that's my promise.
Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Raghunath. Thank you, Mr. Syed Sadiq. So, okay, now let me move to Mr. Hidir again. So, Mr. Hidir, do you still think that at the age of 18, they are ready to vote? Since we need to remember, they are actually decide the future of our country. So, what say you?
Can I have the mic?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, thank you. So yes, indeed, our youth are prepared are very prepared to vote for our country's future, and even the Bersih 2.0 acting chairman Encik Syarul Aman Muhammad Syari left an interjection on this hot issue. He voiced out that the emergence of the electorates between 18 to 21 years old would help our political parties in check, and also at this time, our youth are enlightened with current issues through various mediums, which are, as we know, Twitter, Facebook, and all that. And for that reason, political parties will be more careful in their action and movement. And also, apart from that, our political parties need to win the belief of our youth in order to govern our Malaysia.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hidir. So what is actually Mr. Hidir trying to say just now? He actually want to say Malaysian, the youth is actually, they are aware about the political issues, since they can get the information from the various sources and also media. So because of that, the political parties will be more careful in their movement. So I want to ask Mr. Matthew, I can see since just now you looks like you have something to oppose or agree, we don't know it yet. So Mr. Matthew, do you have anything to say regarding what Mr. Hidir has said just now?
Okay, you see, while it's not necessarily getting more knowledge on history, economic and political philosophy, young people only started to gain their first inkling of living independently at the age of 21 and not at 18. This is the time where they are mature enough to go through an entire term of parliaments and actually know what is happening currently in Malaysia. This is the opportunity for them to come out from their parents and teachers' shadows and to think for themselves. They leave university and enter the corporate world where they deal with real projects with real clients who, unlike their kind and lenient lecturers, are not easily pleased. They must quickly learn how to make a living, manage a household, raise a kids, or even starting a business themselves. These are the important milestones which will shape one's political outlook in their life.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Matthew. So it looks like our discussion has nearly come to an end. But before that, why not we look at our Insta story first to answer maybe one or two questions that have been asked by the audience. So the first question is, are school leavers mature enough to vote at 18? What is your opinion on that? So any panels who want to answer this question? Okay.
For once, I don't think Malaysia is ready yet for this implementation, because you see, we can see that Malaysia want to follow the United Kingdom in lowering the voting age, but you see, our education system is not the same as them, because in United Kingdom they stress more on their mental maturity, and that's why they can lower their voting age. But here in Malaysia, we can see that they are more exam-based oriented. So I don't think it is suitable for us to implement this act.
Yes, I agree, Malina. It's okay. You see, I agree with Matthew, whatever Matthew have said, because you see, when this is the weakness that we have in our education system, yes, where we are more towards exam-oriented. That means that the students only learn in order to get A. That's what we have. The mentality of these students are towards that kind of way. That's why we cannot easily compare that because UK have done it, we can done it to our Malaysian youth. We cannot do that. And then, if I may point out what Mr. Hidir just said just now, we have resources, but then we must remember that not all youth are that eager to know about this election. So we see they need more exposure before they can vote for election, the general election.
Okay, anyone to add? No? Okay, thank you, Mr. Matthew. Thank you, Mr. Abunab. So let's go to the second question. Are Malaysian students exposed towards democratic processes? Actually, the question is quite related with the first question. So, any panels who want to answer?
Okay, thank you to the audience that asked this question. So about this question, there is a statement from our YP, Mr. Said Sadiq. He said that he would hold discussions with our Minister of Education, which is Dr. Mazli Malik, and on how exposure could be taught and applied in our Malaysian secondary level schools. And as we know, this democratic process is implemented in other countries. So thank you.
If I may add, so you see, question here, are Malaysian students exposed to a democratic process? So meaning to say here, we are still not exposed, right?
Yes, we still not exposing about this to our students, but then I think Mr. Said Sadiq have the detailed explanations.
So, when will the Malaysian student be exposed towards this democratic process?
Okay, so no worry here because the next election is 5 years from now. So we have plenty of time to teach the students about this. So the democratic process will be implemented to the secondary students and within this 5 years.
Okay, so is it? Okay, thank you, Mr. Said Sadiq. Thank you to Mr. Hidayat and also the extra question from Mr. Raghunath. So, actually, we still have a lot of questions to be asked, but we are run out of time. So why not we just jump straight to the poll that we did just now. So this is the poll. We can see that majority of the audience vote no for the voting at 18. So this means that the audience think that the voting at 18, we are not ready. So the audience in the studio, are you guys ready? Okay. So actually, thank you so much to all the panels. Thanks for coming again, and thanks for being open up to this issue. And for the audience, thanks for coming, and hope to see all of you again for the next episode with the new topics. Thanks for watching us, Malaysia Memilih. Okay, thank you. Thank you. No, it's okay. I understand.